Hello, it's Siwan's Pay, and we're back with another video. What are we doing today?
So, keeping on with the topic of our foreign nationals,
Yeah.
I was scrolling through Twitter and I came across a couple of interesting videos that I think it will be interesting to talk about.
Okay.
So, some Nigerians feel like they owe South Africans an apology
Oh.
for the things they've been doing in the country.
Oh.
So, there are two clips that I found, but we're going to react to each clip differently. So, I'm going to show you this clip first, and then you tell me what you think about it.
Okay.
We are in stealings of cars. We're selling stolen cars. We're in many things. Selling of organs. Nyaupe. You may name it. It's us. That's our professions as foreigners in South Africa. Now tomorrow when these people stand and fight against such things, now you want to call them xenophobic. And you as a parent, you as a father, as a mother, you will not be pleased seeing your only son, your only child, turn into a drug victim. You will not be pleased seeing your only child becoming a drug addict. You will not be pleased to see that. It's painful. Look at what you have invested. The school you took this child to, expensive school, because you had a hope that this is a future leader of tomorrow. This is a doctor. This is an engineer of tomorrow. But few months down the line, this person become a victim of drugs. That has been sold by us foreigners. And then when such families stand for these corruptions that we are doing in their country, you want to call them xenophobic? Nah, my brothers, we need to change. We need to change. We owe South African citizens an apology. And on top of that, we call the South African men that they are lazy in their country. The same people who fought for peace. The same people who fought for this country. They won, they conquer. Their economy is moving. Our countries has collapsed. Destroy infrastructure, poor economy structure, poor leadership. We run to this country with big mouth and say that these people are lazy. If they are lazy, why is our country not looking better than theirs? Since we are hard workers.
Whoa.
What are your thoughts on that?
Whoa. I'm just wondering, why don't a lot of them actually think like this? Or are the ones that are commenting the ones that are not in South Africa? You know what I'm saying? The ones that are in Nigeria that don't know what the ones in South Africa are actually doing, because then that would make a lot more sense. You know what I'm saying? But what I think is a big problem is that they leave their homes all good and and then they come here and do all the stuff that they wouldn't do back home.
So this is the thing that I've always been wondering as to, why don't a lot of Nigerians hold these criminal Nigerians accountable, and why don't they talk about these things and
yes,
and try and make them
try and
make the Nigerian community in South Africa a better community
for everyone.
Because people like to gaslight us.
Exactly.
And call us xenophobic.
Exactly.
Without understanding
where we're coming from,
exactly. And the reasons why we feel the way we feel about Nigerians here in South Africa. So it's very good to see that there are some Nigerians out here that are very introspective.
Yeah.
That see what's happening and that's not.
Yes.
And they're not just blindly following the tribe and excusing their behaviors because they're brothers and they're from the same country. They see injustices and they're calling that out.
This is wrong.
I wish we could get a lot more of these conversations going.
Yes. I mean, let's be honest, we're not hateful people. South Africans are not hateful people.
Yeah, we're actually very welcoming. We're
actually very welcoming, very loving, very, compassionate.
And a lot of them know that.
Yes. But it's always, we only act out and become you only see the bad side of us when we're provoked.
So this gentleman says that there's a lot of criminal injustices that be happening in our societies.
Yes.
That people do not like to talk about, because now we're being gaslit into we're being called xenophobic.
Yes.
So when we call out these injustices, people are calling us xenophobic, as if we should just allow people to come and do whatever they want in this country. And on top of that, see, that's what pisses people off the most about Nigerians specifically. They'll come here and then they'll do crime, and then they'll come in and then on top of that they'll say that South African men are lazy. And then now also, because the South African women are buying into these things as well, now they're saying South African men are lazy well. So that's what would piss off like a lot of people, that okay, you come here, you're doing a whole lot of rubbish.
Yes.
And on top of that, you're bragging about that.
Like, this is why, like, when you have domestic problems, it's best to deal with your problems without outside people, because they will always pick at things and they don't understand the reality of the situation, and, you know, like how nuanced or complicated the situation is. You know what I'm saying? For them, they'll just poke on, oh, you guys are you busy shouting at us, but you have your own problems there. Yeah, we understand. We're very aware of our problems, and we are finding strategies to to solve our problems. It doesn't help that you also come in here and, you know, add on to the problems and then gaslight us as well when we're calling out stuff. We're calling out everything that's wrong here. There's nothing we don't call out. Even as they always say, like, but you don't speak about the Europeans or whatever, or Afrikaners or whatever. We speak about that all the time. We are finding ways to fix those things. But the immediate problem in many of our communities right now is the influx of illegal foreigners, and which has a detrimental, you know, it's got a very bad impact right now in communities. People are dying from really bad food. Like, that is an emergency. That is something that we need to sort of attend to, like, right now.
People don't seem to understand that for a lot of South Africans, because we don't travel, because we don't go outside of the country, we don't see different places. For a lot of South Africans, the people that we encounter, the foreigners that we encounter, is all that we have.
Yeah.
Right? So if a South African encounters a Nigerian and that Nigerian scams them,
I'm gonna feel like that about Nigerians.
About Nigerians.
Like, I don't even want to hear anything, because I've had that experience. And unfortunately, the type of Nigerians that are here in South Africa that we are being exposed to are criminals.
People just need to understand that there are some people that have been scammed of probably their life savings.
From experience.
There are some people that have lost their children, whether it's through trafficking, whether it's through drugs, whether it's through murder, whether it's through whatever other various crimes due to illegal immigration, illegal immigrants. So when these people lash out, they lashing out because these things have affected them greatly.
Absolutely.
And now all that they feel now is anger. And they just want to do something about it.
And it's easier for foreigners to get away with crimes, in illegal foreigners to get away with crimes in South Africa than it is for a South African to get away with a crime. So it's like, with South Africans, yes, we can deal with that because we know who that person is. They've got an ID number. They're from where we know where to track them down. Can you imagine how hard it is to track down illegal foreigners, an illegal foreigner once they've committed a crime, and to sort of, you know, point a finger and say this is the culprit? So
there's a lot that goes on that people really do not understand. And when they talk, they're talking from a place of like, we are just attacking people for no reason.
Like, we're just hateful people.
We just hate people for no reason. And I feel like if that was the case, there would be a lot more violence than people realize, because you only see these xenophobic protests happen once in a while. And that's when people have reached like their boiling point. They've reached like a boiling point, and people are protesting now because things have gotten out of hand. But for the most part, you see South Africans and foreigners in general, like, we live in harmony. We live good. Like, everybody is.
They even have friends, like, in the neighborhood, like.
So it's really good to see there are some Nigerians out there that see these injustices and point them out and call out the people that, no, this is not right, and they should be doing better. And we need more of these conversations, especially they must first start with themselves.
Yes.
They must first sort out whatever issues they got going on. Yes. And then now Nigerians and South Africans must have these conversations and see how we can deal with each other, yes. How we can live together peacefully without having to deal with all these issues of crime and drugs and all that stuff like that. And then we'll be good. Like, everybody will be happy. Like, nobody will have any issues like that.
And also, like, a lot of South Africans would also like so be happy to jump on, the whole Pan-Africanism thing, because, but problem is, it's very one-sided now. It's like for us, we don't understand, like, we are the ones that are giving in this situation. You know what I'm saying? At the point our frustrations are not being addressed, we feel like people just don't care. And there's so much audacity on social media. There's so much audacity flying around and people saying the worst of things when we're trying to express like frustrations and why we are at where we are. And the only language people understand is when you're actually being like mean and stuff like that. That's the only time.
So let's just react to this one more clip that I found.
Okay.
It's a guy also speaking about how Nigerians are operating here in South Africa.
Go to South Africa, for example. Do you know the number of Nigerian youth in their prison for various criminal activities, ranging from drug trafficking to armed robbery to others? Go to Dubai, go and see what the likes of Hush Puppy did there, and how do you expect them to treat Nigerians? Go to that Asia continent you are talking about. Go to places like China, places like South Korea, places like Cambodia, another Cambodia or India. Do you know how many Nigerians are engaged in criminal activities over there? You go to South Korea, I heard of a story. Nigerian businessmen, I don't want to mention their tribe, they went there to do business and they paid that company with counterfeit. Business that worth millions of dollars, they miss original and fake counterfeit to pay those people. How do you expect that country to start looking at Nigeria? You go to India. Do you know how many Nigerians in their prison for drug trafficking? Thank God you said they ask you for police report, because they want to know that you are not a criminal. They want to know that you are not a Yahoo. Go to Brazil. You all know about the Nigeria prince who sold fake airports to a Bazina bank for more than 220 million. How did you expect them to look at Nigerians in Brazil? Beg your fellow Nigerians, beg your brothers and sisters, come to this Europe. Come and see the criminal activities your fellow Nigerians engage themselves in, even in that.
So he's basically saying the same thing, but he's saying that this happens all over the world.
All over. So
how are we the problem?
And what's it gonna be? And most of the time, even in their argument, is like, well, because we are Africans. Now it's like, because we are Africans, so we must accept, basically.
Nah. So this happens all over the world, and there are some countries where they've actually banned Nigerians
from even entering.
But we are the problem.
But we're the problem.
We are xenophobic. So you see, like
that's crazy.
It's not really hate. It's like
it's not. We're enough of the bad. Like
we're having issues, and we're just trying to address these issues, and we're just trying to. And we're not even as bad as some other people, because some other people are literally banning Nigerians. Some other people are killing them, and we are literally just fighting you guys, like, verbally.
Yeah, like,
that's what we're doing.
Stop this.
But we're xenophobic. We're the
xenophobic. We're basically the worst of the bunch.
So you see how, like, South Africans get gaslit into submission, basically. You have to submit and just basically understand that we shouldn't call out.
We should be okay with everything.
Other African nations, and we shouldn't basically hold Africans to account for any wrongdoing that they do.
No, my dear.
We should just allow it to happen.
No.
It's very condescending, and it's frustrating for South Africans, because in the communities, if you live in those communities, you see the effects of these things.
Yeah.
And it's bad. So yeah, I just came across these two videos, and I thought it would be very interesting to talk about them.
Yeah, quite interesting. I've never actually heard this.
It's good. It's good that there are good Nigerians out there, like, voicing out. Holding their brothers accountable. Because they care about the Nigerian image.
Yeah.
They care. It's not a joke. It's not a joke to them. And they don't like the fact that there are Nigerians
there's that stereotype, you know.
They are like Nigerians that really care about the Nigerian image. They care about being Nigerian, and they are.
Imagine being blacklisted in the world, bruh.
Because of a few the wrongdoings of a
few.
You cannot enter a country now because some of your brothers were not behaving properly there. So it's a bigger issue than people like to admit that it is. And some of the Nigerians joking about this, they don't understand how badly it's affecting their image and their name. Yeah, it's this is a serious issue, and originally I was gonna clown about it and make jokes and stuff like that, but
it's not
really funny. Like considering the implications and the damages that these people do to societies, these people are even doing to their own Nigerians, the image of Nigeria itself.
Yeah.
So reprimand your brothers, speak to them, tell them that this is not good. And also try to cultivate a culture for Nigerians who are traveling to other countries to behave themselves, to do things the right way. And then people will not look at Nigerians a funny way, you know? That's all we're saying. But yeah, you guys let us know what you think about this whole situation.
Yeah, let us know.
Don't forget to like, subscribe.
And keep watching. Goodbye.
We'll check you guys in the next one.